Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and especially ladies, because it's all about them today, as it was already 2 days in the past, because this is Female Pro League Season 1 Frozen Diva, brought to you by ESEL, and today on the desk it will be me, Warren1X, joined with Synchro himself. Hello, Synchro, how are you doing, and how excited are you for today's matches?
I'm pretty fine, Warren. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm pretty excited. We're seeing Monsters versus Zero Vision and afterwards Food Esports versus Sphinx. I know some of the players in the different teams, so I can tell you there will be some very good gameplay, very good games, and I really hope so. And for people who saw me in the last time's casting here, I always wish to have like a 2-1 instead of a 2-0. So I'm very excited to see this happen, and I hope this will happen today. So I will give back the word to you, and I'm very excited for this day.
All right, I am happy that you are as excited as I am, because I have to say, I didn't know what to expect. I had a little bit of an appetizer in a form of Dracy, in a form of Cupcake that we saw in the last year perform, but still, I didn't know how's it gonna work out, how strong the teams will end up being. But what I saw so far were great performances across the board. Yes, some teams are stronger, some teams are lacking in some departments, but all across the board, very decent gameplay from all the players that are participating. Right now, let's talk Monstars, because we have Goddess, Medea, Viper, Pepe, and Paige. This will be your contestant number 1 for the first clash, and coming right up will be their opponents.
We have, okay, I'm sorry if I butchered this name. We have, I just say it, and we have Aris, we have III, What's Up Beijing, and Baby Irie. I know 2 of them actually. I know III and Baby Irie, so I really expect a lot from this team because I personally know them. I played with a few of them, so I'm very excited to see how they compete in this Pro League for the females, and I really want to see some intense fights, some intense games. I want to see good drafts, like I hope we will see them in every game, and especially some intense gameplay. I don't want to see like easy gameplay, like 10-minute games. I want to see them fight for this title. I want to see them fight for their life to get into the next round.
Well, you could say that usually we expect ladies to be pretty, but today we want them to be tough and aggressive and make some crazy plays. Probably right, that would be something along those lines, because today it's all about that gameplay, that skill that you can show off in the Land of Dawn, and how well can you draft as well, because me and Scared, we love to say it. I don't know if you are such a big fan of the draft phase as we are, but 60% of the game is being won by the draft alone. So draft, definitely important part. You said you know III, you said you know Baby Irie. Leak us some information, give us something. What can we expect? Are there some crazy picks that we can expect that they might show off?
I can't say much to it, to be honest, because Baby Irie is not playing the role I usually know her of, because I usually, when I play with her or saw her playing, she is almost on Rome. So I basically don't know how she's on gold, and I just know her from the name. If I expected right, she's a good player, but I don't know how good, and that's something I want to find out right now. I need to say I don't know anyone from the side of Monsters, but I hope they are able to go against Zero Vision without problems. I want to see them fight. I want to see how they will take on against Zero Vision. I want to see the good fights. I want to see the good draft. And as you just mentioned it right, in my opinion as well, I completely agree with you. The draft makes like 60 to 50% of the game. If you have a very good draft, you are able to win against good people. If you have a very bad draft and playing against like people that are not as good as you are, you still can lose. So, yeah, basically, I completely agree with you about this point. And we're starting with the first ban, the Freya, which is, in my opinion, you need to ban the Zero. It's so annoying. It's hard to counter. Like, there are possibilities to counter her, but it's not as easy as countering some other heroes. And from the side of Moonstars, we're just starting with the Grog ban. Grog, I don't think we need to say anything with it. especially with the surprise engages with the flicker ultimate. So it will be actually a huge advantage for a team if they're getting dropped, I guess.
Freya being banned makes a lot of sense, as you rightfully mentioned. Grog, on the other hand, has been banned much quicker. Zero Vision kind of took their time. Actually, no, it had to be the other way around, right? Grog first banned on the left side, then the response was Freya. So just kind of hitting the powerhouses in the meta. Monsters still thinking about their second ban, so we will see to that. All right, Juxin. So that already tells us Yve could be a problem, but not if you ban her. Yve is gone, so no more Yve, no more RWMs being dropped on your faces. Now Monsters with their last ban. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Because there is still... Yeah, go on, Synchro.
I just wanted to go on with the bans because we saw the second ban from Zero Vision who had like the first ban phase. They banned the Eve, and afterwards, if you're banning the Eve, like the biggest counter for the Zuxin, it's clearly that they're going to ban the Zuxin, which is completely good. I mean, I have nothing to say against it. It's perfect actually. And same for the Sora and the Leomord one we're seeing right now. Leomord, in my opinion, very disgusting jungler actually, because he has the sustain, he has the damage, he has the clearing, he has the very fast rotation. So actually, I really appreciate banning him. And same for the Sora. I mean, with his engage, it's just pretty annoying, pretty disgusting. So I mean, you can counter it with Valentina, but you need to be able to play Valentina to counter him very good.
I agree. Leomord v. All right, Gary, first pick. That's explosive intro into this series, into this draft. First pick, Gary. I saw it a couple of times, though it's something that's not really happening that often. So we will see how well can Monsters respond to that. With a pickup of Frederick, I'm not really sure if that's... Yeah, don't get me wrong, he's a good jungler, but if you are playing into carry, you don't really want to get heroes that are short range and that are trying to utilize a lot of HP, because carry, she's gonna shred that. And I know what you have on your tongue, Synchro. Yes, he can use the Appraise of Wrath and destroy her with the Gigabong, but carry, she's kind of slippery. She can jump away.
That's actually not what was on my mind. Actually, as you mentioned, that carry isn't like a good first pick. In my opinion, it depends on what kind of draft you want to attempt to play. If you're going for like a tanky draft, tanky jungler, tanky XP lane, then actually, in my opinion, it's very good to go for the first pick carry, so the enemies won't be able to out-counter you with such a pick. But as you already mentioned, picking Fredrin into carry may not be the best choice. Like, for sure, Fredrin can also be a bit of a problem for the carry with his multiple stun, with his ultimate. But still, I think carry is able to burst him down so fast, especially in the late game, that it doesn't make like that much sense to pick the Fredrin that early. But we also see the Zetian and the Kaja pick. I mean, Kaja, I think we all know how annoying this hero can be. In my opinion, it's a good tank, but there are like many other chances you can go, and many other heroes. Because Kaja, in my opinion, you use your ultimate, flicker, to get like one pick off, but afterwards the zero is a bit useless in my opinion if you're not building it on the right fleeting time. And Zetian, I mean, especially against Fredrin, against the Gato Kacha, who both have dash skills, who can easily chase her. Her passive is very well against him. Faza also pretty good. I mean, she can burst down these enemies so fast as well, especially against the carry and the Zetian if he is able to catch them. But the problem, I guess, for the Faza will be also the Zetian ultimate, because you can out-counter Faza's ultimate so fast.
Very, very deep analysis. I like it. I agree in all the points with what you were mentioning. Yuzong will be gone, so no getting your paws on it if you're Zero Vision. Of course, even Monsters cannot get it, which is surprising, honestly, because Yuzong, he can... All right, this might be just my personal opinion, but I really like playing Yuzong into carry. Or, all right, I don't like it, but I don't mind it. There are other heroes that might fall short and much shorter against carry. Yuzong is not one of them, because you have Petrify, so you are kind of forcing her to play Purify if she doesn't want to get one-tapped. So I like my odds if I'm playing Yuzong. So interesting approach from Monstars. Nonetheless, Cloud being banned, Moscow being banned makes sense. But the thing is, Monstars still can go for fighter in the gold lane. I know Freya is gone, but it could be something else. Synchro? How do you see it?
I need to say the Yuzong ban and the Baxia ban, both bans are actually pretty good because for me, for myself, what I'm seeing on the side of Zero Vision, they have zero engagement right now. I'm sure they have the Kaja ultimate, but they have no front. Right now, they have zero front. So they need to see right now what XP laner can they pick who is like able to go into the front line because if we see for Monsters, they already picked out the Alice. They banned the Yuzong. So I think Zero Vision will be like put on the Lapu Lapu or the Terizla because they need the front line. Because otherwise, the Zetian and the carry will be too easily to taken out, especially with this kind of draft Moonstars has.
All right, they went for Akai and Cici, so that curtain call also together with Heavy Spin will make it very hard for you to move around. Monsters locking in Leslie, so she's gonna be able to snipe, and the range advantage will be very, very high, of course, during the laning phase. Carry will not have the easiest life, but at the same time, we have to mention both of those zero scale. So laning phase is not really their time to shine, even though, yes, Leslie is a little bit more prepared. We have the comps locked in. How do you like the odds? If you were to say one of the teams won the draft, who would that be for you?
I would go, it depends on how they're playing. I think both teams have a good draft. But I think if it's going like for the full team fight, and as I just mentioned, Zero Vision doesn't have the front. So they have they have the Arkai now, but he is like an easy thing for as a front line because he has an ultimate and afterwards he's completely useless. So I need to say, in my opinion, the odds are better for Moonstars just based on the draft.
I see what you mean. I agree with that idea. Because yes, okay, he can be a frontliner, but as you mentioned, no heavy spin. He is not that deadly in the front line. Well, right now, we hopped right into the Land of Dawn and we have the first match of the first series of today. Monsters against Zero Vision. Front to back composition for Zero Vision. Well, and very bursty, aggressive, explosive gameplay from Monstars. Apricot actually stole the purple. I would say.
Very good. Not gonna lie, that's very good actually. I really like it that Kaja just going in and stealing the blue buff. Very well done, not gonna lie. But that's something you need to expect from a Kaja. Because that's something, especially after this season, we're seeing in every single game when they're picking a Kaja, we're seeing they will go for the weight. And the most times he's getting it because he makes more damage than the enemy Retri.
The damage is high. You have to respect it. But you won't be losing the orange buff. Luckily, broken walls, so Apricot will see this. But still, Goddess has his retry. I mean, she has her retry. So I think she will be fine. Apricot? He got it!
Yeah, but
Kaja got it. Kaja got it.
If we're just seeing for the level difference right now, it's already for the enemy jungler, like for the junglers of Team Zero Vision. It's much better because he's already level
Viper,
4.
baby, going for Viper. Viper barely surviving with the camouflage, but Pepe will be the one to pay with her life. Viper, no, she didn't choose the best bush, and Apricot, not just taking purple buffs, but taking lives too.
Okay.
Page, yeah, go on.
Oh, that doesn't it doesn't seem good for the side of Moonstars right now, Mabet. Because we're seeing Threaten is still level 3, while Akai is easily bursting down the turtle, which is pretty easy. They can't going in for it. And in the general, if we're watching for the level difference, it's already like huge. XP lane is a 1 level gap, the Rome has a level gap.
Page, you might be in big trouble. Zetian ultimate on their faces to make some space. There is the fair strike on you. By Prazo's Wrath, it will smack them. But not smack them enough. Beijing will be fine. She dances with the yo-yo, and she'll be quite alright.
Oh man, it doesn't seem good for Moonstars right now. Actually, I mean, aside from Zero Visions, they're playing it actually much better. In my opinion, on the laning phase, especially on the early game, they did it so much better. They went in for the invade, they got the invade, they were able to get out the enemy blue buff, and that's actually pretty huge, especially if we're seeing that Tarja got it the second time. So basically, it's a very good chance for the side of Zero Vision to get into the lead and not getting out of it. I mean, it will be pretty hard right now because it's already like a 2.5k gold lead after just 3 minutes, my bad. So basically, it will be hard. It will be pretty hard actually, because they need to see now. Moonstars need to see how they are able to come back into this game, how they are able to use their combo they have in mind to get into the game, to be able to outplay these heroes. And there we go.
Media. Ares able to pick that 1 kill off Pepe. Apricot with a flicker initiation, and there is the kidnap through the suppress. There's not really much you can do. Media, she didn't really have a flicker, so she wouldn't leave. Maybe, yeah, no, the suppress was needed, but just a rough spot to be in if you're Media.
It will be pretty hard. It will be pretty hard. Just look for the gold XP difference. Carry is level 7, while Leslie is still level 5. Enemy jungle is level 7, while Moonstar's jungle is still level 6. We have an XP gap on every single time. And if we watch for the carry gold, she is 1.5k gold in the gold lead, except to the enemy gold leader. So we see a huge gold gap from the carry, which, especially on the carry, we know a carry is able to burst down enemy heroes very quickly, especially as soon as she got the items. And she has the gold gap, she has the gold lead, and that's pretty insane for them. They can easily engage without any problems.
Well, there were some problems afterwards. Yes, you get Media, you get Viper, but other than that, everyone else was able to survive. But yeah, you were mentioning it. There is not really much stopping them right now, because the problem for Monstars is that they needed the early game to go their way. If it doesn't go their way, this is exactly what happens. Their late game, it's all right, but their team comp needs to be on the fuel. They need to be pressing the gas pedal. They need to be doing stuff. But right now, it's Zero Vision making everything happen according to their script.
But I think the problem already here is that they got so out-rotated in the early game, they got out-ganked in the early game and invaded in the early game, that Moonstars has a very huge gap right now. They got 5k gold lead already, they have the turret lead, they got every cherry on every side lane.
Suppress, and this might be another dat on the block. It's Media again. Oh, this game looks bloody difficult for Monstars because Zero Vision are picking them apart not even one by one, they are just taking anyone they see.
Yeah, but I think it's actually already, if we're just looking on the gold gap right now, it's 7k already after 6 minutes, and that's pretty huge right now, because in my opinion, even if Moonstars will make a good engage now with a good combo, it will be pretty hard for them to win the team fight, because they have a Felix carry, they have Zetian with the ultimate, they have the CC who can stick two enemies together, so it will be pretty easy to counter-engage. So it will be a huge problem to get into this game.
Absolutely, the train with this game is already leaving the train station and it looks like Monstars might not even catch it. Because the God lead is humongous for the opponents. Right now, Zero Vision are keeping up the pressure, getting the third turtle, I believe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Synchro. Yeah. It is the third turtle. Yes. Oh, Viper! You cannot dare approach the monster that is Zero Vision's team comp right now.
But it was a very good dodge, actually. I mean, Kaja tried his best, he tried to go for it, but Leslie was much faster and just put it out. So she just went away. Both heroes wasted the flickers, but I still need to say, in my opinion, it's much more worth that.
Goddess, quite I wanted to say quite tanky, but now she's not. She got exploded.
Yeah, but that's the problem, because carries feel it. It's even everyone in their team is feeded. They already have almost a 10k gold lead. If you just look how easily the turrets fall, they can't even try to defend the turrets because they have no damage right now. They have no front right now. So it will be so hard because this carry just jumps in and take out every single enemy without any problems. She has the front line from the Karja, she has the front line from the Archive, and that's so good right now because Moonstars isn't able to contest it. They are not able to contest any turret, any engage. They are not able to re-engage. So it will be a huge problem.
Blood Wings completed for Media, so she will be a little bit more safe. Honestly, I don't think this is a smart move, because you are losing so hard, you should just build Holy Crystal or something extremely damage heavy, because playing it safe, playing defensive, that's not gonna work out. You should just go full damage.
That's completely true. I completely agree with you. But it's still, if we're just looking for it, it's actually a bit disgusting to watch this.
Oh, suppression, divine judgment on Pepe, CC immune. No, Paige, she has been dealt with, and there is Pepe still alive. Actually, I interchanged that. That catch for Paige. Ooh, even through vengeance, she didn't survive. But honestly, look at the gold. Zero Vision almost has double the gold of Monsters just in 10 minutes of gameplay. What hope is there for them, Synchro? How can they come back? Do you see angles for them to make it back?
I don't want to be too comfortable, but I would say there is no possibility for Monsters to come back into this game. It doesn't matter how safe they will play. The CC, Zetian, Karja, as soon as they got one out, one stun, Carry will burst them down. She has twice of the gold as the enemies have. So it's so easily for this Carry to burst down these enemies, and they have no chance to even survive it.
You are speaking the truth. Usually Carry is not the first hero that comes to mind to be very, very good with Kaja, but I saw it many times happen, not just in the competitive, but also in my ranked games, actually more times in my ranked games. Kaja with Carry, it's a great synergy, because your biggest problem is Carry is people run away, and now they can't because you pull them in, got destroyed, and now this Frederick cannot tank no more. 12,000 HP, OG on their faces, 10,000 HP on the Lord, so Pepe tanking it up. Viper is shooting every shot she has. 4,000 HP, Ares has been shut down. Paige is the next target, and Base Crystal is afterwards coming down as well.
Such a fast game, not gonna lie, it was such a fast game. I can't even say much to it because it was so fast. I actually didn't expect this because both drafts seemed fine, but still they played it so good. Zero Vision, shoutouts to them. They played it so good. They made it in the early game. They already played so good that there was no possibility for them to come back. So huge shoutouts to this team. They played it very well, and I actually want to see how Moonstars will attempt or try to come back into the second game.
It will be tough, but I have to say, this is a problem I saw multiple times in the past, and that is, yes, the purple buff was stolen, all of that, sure, but as I mentioned it in the game, your composition was about making plays happen, and we never, and maybe I overlooked something, but I believe we never saw Monsters take the initiation. They were just waiting what is going to happen to them, and Zero Vision, they kept coming, they kept making plays. And it was rough with Alice, with Fred. Those heroes, they need to be the first to make the move. If you are just waiting, you are there a sitting goose.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know how Monsters will try to attempt to come back into this game. Because I actually need to say I see black for them. I don't see them like coming back that easily, you know? So
most definitely.
Explain me what they can do to come back into this game.
Well, I would go back to basics, I would say, because it's what I mentioned before, and that is they didn't really play to the strengths of their team comp. So maybe if this team comp wasn't really their type of style, type of gameplay, all right, let's rethink it, let's rebuild it, let's build a draft that's suitable for us, that works for us, that we practiced, and let's make it work, because they didn't really seem like they know what their team comp is supposed to do and how they are supposed to approach the game with the heroes that they have. So let's start with that. After you fix that, then we can move into the Land of Dawn and we might have an interesting second game. But if this problem prevails, they will be picked apart again, because yes, I said Kaja and Kerry great combination, but when we were looking at the draft, and you said it yourself, both of them looked decent. And honestly, I don't think any of us expected, neither me nor you, that early game would be won by Zero Vision. We thought that they will scale, get to the mid game, get some items on carry, and then they will start the plays. But they started right from the first minute of the game. I have to say, I am really happy with this approach, because a lot of times teams are very adamant. You could say they have, how to phrase it, they kind of don't want to let it to them that some heroes was problematic. Some hero made it hard for them, and they don't want to ban that problematic hero even after they got destroyed by that hero, which happened exactly like that for Monsters. So I'm really happy to see that they are adapting their draft and they are already making some changes, Kaja being one of them. Yeah, I'm not sure about the usefulness of Sora being banned when you are the team who has a first pick. Because yes, he could be countered by Valentina, but still, you can go for him. And even if, all right, or you go for Curry, you steal it right from their hands. All right. That's the switch up I like. Kaja ban, carry steal, let's go. Really like it. Zero Vision now thinking it through, thinking about what they should do or should not do. I would really like Yuzong. He's free for the taking, super strong XP laner, not really many matchups he loses or he cannot play. Would like it, would really like it. Of course, you need to have a player who is comfortable with playing Yuzong. All right. Or you just go yes on Shin because Leomord has been banned. All right. But going for Eve, well, with Jokshin being banned too, all right, yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm taking it back. Yuzong, you can wait with that, but those two powerhouses, they are super, super strong. Yisen Shin for the jungle when Leo is gone, and Eve for the mid lane when there is no threat of Jukshin. So this means that monsters need to either go for Zetian, Forza, they need to decide what their move will be. All right, it's Zetian. Synchro, how are you liking it so far? All right, Yuzong going for monsters finally. So Yuzong will be locked in. Though I'm not sure. Well, he is decently blindable, so can work out. And also you already see Yves, so he will be very, very big, destructive power moving towards there in any given team fight. So she will need to respect that. Gatot as a protection against Yuzong. All right. Smart move. The right move. Now Zero Vision definitely needs to also know that even though this situation is kind of tricky because you have Carry and you have Yuzong. Yuzong, he excels at destroying squishy targets, where Carry excels at destroying high HP targets. So it's kind of, who is the more problematic? Should we go high HP, but then we get destroyed by Carry? Should we go squishy, but then we get destroyed by Yuzong? Kind of tricky situation, but I would be a strong advocate for Zero Vision going gold lane fighter. Because with gold lane fighter, Carry might even get picked off in the lane. She doesn't have the strongest 1v1, especially against fighters. She has a dash, but not really many tools to keep herself away. Her range not the highest. So I would really like that for Zero Vision. You can go Ruby. You could go CC Band. All right, smart move from Monstars. Freya is gone. That's true. Sora also. So the pool is getting skewed. It's getting smaller and smaller.
Okay, so let's go. I really like. I'm sorry, guys. Some technical issues. Okay, I really like the Yuzong pick. I really like the Zetian pick and the carry pick, but this time from the side of Moonstars. This time Moonstars is going for these heroes instead of Zero Vision, while Zero Vision is picking out the Yisan Shin and the plus Gato. So actually, the draft changed a lot to the draft from the last game. They actually just swapped the sides. They left open the Yuzong and Mr. Ban, but also went for the Hylos, the Hilda, when the YSS, I really like it because it's pretty good against the carry, it's pretty good against the Zetian, and also pretty good against Yuzong. I mean, Yuzong is also a very good hero for the YSS because he easily can jump on him in the team fights, he can easily stun him out with the Petrify. So it's also like a very easy game. But for the Eve, I know Eve Gato Kacha combo, it's a very good combo, so I really expect a lot from it. It depends on the other heroes they will pick right now, but in general, I really like both drafts since yet. But we need to see what the other heroes will be that will picked.
Alice, she's kind of a meat bag that Yuzong can just smack around. She doesn't have the strongest 1v1, so this XP lane will definitely not be going in the favor of What's Up Beijing. I don't think she will be having a time of her life in the lane. But it's not about the lane, it's about the kill box. The kill box that you build for yourself. You have the RWM, you have ultimate from Alice, you have AOG, all those buttons if they are pressed at the right time. Now you could actually pair it up with Claude. I know I was a strong advocate for Fighter Gold, but now you could pair it up with Claude, because imagine Claude jumping with Blazing Duet into this ruckus that's already being brought by the rest of the team. What do you see as a fighter for Zero Vision?
I really would like to see. Okay, they already have the fighter. They have Dallas already. But Leslie is.
I was talking about the fighter for the goal lane, but they decided against it. It's
I don't
Curry.
know.
It's Curry. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Leslie.
Terry.
It's Leslie.
I really like the carry pick actually. I mean, we know how strong carry can be. We know. I think the only thing I don't really like in this draft is the Xbox. Same for the Leslie pick. Both heroes are picks I don't really like, but I think both still can be pretty strong in their compositions. But I think Xbox is only good against Alice and Gatukacha instead of the YSS, the Eve, and the Leslie, because they really can burst him down, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. I am not a fan of Xborg either. I think it's kind of making the least sense out. Well, actually, if we look at it in a way that Xborg will wait for the engage and then he will do his last insanity and he will pop the front line, that could work wonders. But he has no reach for the back line. So if his team falls short, if his team doesn't work it out, it doesn't work out for them, and he is the last man standing, he needs to make the play. He's not gonna be able to, because Leslie, big range, Yves, giant range as well. And Yesenshin, yes, he trades melee, then range, yada yada yada, but still, he has the range. So I don't like the odds for Xborg of making some crazy plays in this game, but we will see. Monsters and Zero Vision are back at it again. Second game of this BO3, and let's see if Monsters can pull themselves back from the doom that they earned in the first game. Zero Vision were the dominant force. Let's see if this continues.
I completely agree with you what you said, but I still think like from what we saw in the last game, I really need to say, in my opinion, Zero Vision is like more experienced. They have more game knowledge. They know better micro, better macro. So I think they have a huge advantage into this game. But I still think, and I really hope for Moonstars that they just woke up into this game. They saw now how they play, and maybe they got some strategy within a few minutes how they compete against him and how to play against him, that they won't lose
Apricot.
and take the win.
Apricot trying to do the two-time Viper. 1v2 Ares and Baby Irie. They were able to take care of Viper. And she is the one being first blooded. Zero Vision back at it.
Oh man, I really feel like this game will be probably like this last game. Because already Zetian used the flicker, she got a passive out. While when we're looking for the side of Zero Vision, there are no skills used yet. When we're looking for the side of Moonstars, Petrify was used, Revitalize was used, Flicker was used. So they already were needed to use much skills and spells, while Zero Vision still already have 1.5k gold lead,
Last
which makes a
insanity
huge
going
advantage.
in, but I'm not sure if this was the right move. He gets taunted up and Xborg has been dealt with. Second kill going to Zero Vision, and now there's Black Dragon form Paige. She wants to do something about this. RWM being dropped on her face, and she is the sole target of the onslaught, and she will be dealt with quite easily. What's up, Beijing? Even causing some troubles in the backline. Viper, 1v1, lost against Baby Irie. Baby Irie has been able to deal with Viper again, now without the help even.
That's actually pretty hard to watch. If we're looking for the gold difference, it's already 3.5k gold lead after 3 minutes. And we saw it in the last game what they are able to do, especially what Zero Vision is able to do with a huge gold lead. And so basically, if we're looking just for the positioning, which is for the side of Zero Vision, much better. They have more vision on the enemies. They know how to rotate much better. They are able to get down the jungle creeps pretty fast. They are farming very fast. If we're seeing for the carry still level 4, while Leslie is almost level 6.
Ooh.
Huge
Apricot
problem for the
trying
side
to
of Moonstars.
It is, and it's getting bigger and bigger. Aye, aye, aye. She's moving in here. Viper. She will have hard time to survive, and I don't think she will. Oh, maybe. Viper. Happy feet. Nah, she's not out of there. And the kill goes to Apricot. So that's at least one saving grace, but the second kill goes to Aye, aye, aye. She gets even more fat. Fat Eve. Oh, that's trouble. And if we are looking at the gold, this game is going even worse for Monstars. And now taunt for Xborg. He will try to pop last insanity, but this was the wrong turn. Xborg should have went the other way. Luckily for Goddess, she's all right. Yuzong, he needs to retreat. He knows that, so he's gonna leave.
I don't know. How do you feel about this game? Because if what I'm watching right now, it seems like the difference of micro, macro, and the game knowledge is so huge. Actually,
I wouldn't really say that it's micro, because we saw Carrie, for example, have crazy movement and survive almost unsurvivable. Yes, she has been chased anyway, but the length for which she survived was super huge. So props for that. I wouldn't really say it's micro, back to your point. I would say it's mostly macro and kind of the idea for the game. Because, for example, let's talk mid lane. Pepe and Medea, they were in the mid lane and they were supposed to win in mid lane, win the pressure war. They should had the mid lane prior. They don't have it. They didn't have it.
Nah,
Again, yeah.
I'm actually not agreeing with that. Pepe and Medea should have won the early pressure. Because if we're seeing for Eve Gato, it's such a strong combo. There is, I mean, sure, Zetian has the range for sure, but that's it. And you can easily dodge her skills. So basically, it's pretty hard
Don't.
for Zetian to win this
Goddess.
fight.
Last Insanity. Oh, Matilda Airlines keeping her alive. Oh, there is big play coming from Elise and Viper. She will pay with her life. Baby Irie. Those snipes. Pepe, she will be able to tank it for her marksman. Sorry, not marksman. For her mid laner.
It's actually very disgusting to look at this because Moonstars get out rotated so fast and so bad, which doesn't mean that Moonstars is playing bad. Don't get me wrong, but Zero Vision is playing it so well right now that it seems like Moonstars has no possibility of doing anything in this game, which is actually pretty crazy to see. Because Zero Vision making barely mistakes to zero mistakes, they're going for the engages, and what we just saw, Eve using her ultimate, while at the same time the Gato and the Alice going in with their ultimates, which was a free kill. They are able to get down the turrets, everything.
Battery on 2, and now maybe it will turn the tide. Apricot, and now there is Pepe flying in. Is it enough? Baby Ari gets popped. Alice, 3 members immobilized, and now RWM on their face. Goddess Pepe, double Q for yeah, and now Viper. She is last lady standing. Can she do something more? Yes, she gets Apricot. Other than that, I believe it's 2 for 4. Ooh, that's rough.
It's pretty rough actually, because they did such good engage, and if we're just looking for it, it was 3v5 actually, and still Zero Vision managed to win this team fight because YZ came a bit late, Gato ultimate, everything went on point. They just went in going for the engage, but now.
Wait a second. Ay, big shutdown. No! Pepe, don't take the kill! She had nowhere to go. I get it, the pressure is high, the stress is big, but Pepe, if that kill landed in the hands of Viper, Paige, Goddess, it could have been huge. But like this, oh, Alice, AOG, Yuzong, CC Immune going for the backline Petrify, but maybe at least 1 kill you can get from that. Last Insanity keeping, Goddess alive. Yes, Yuzong got at least that 1 kill, but he will be going down to Paige, has been dealt with. Medea running away. Synchro, it's looking bleak.
It's looking pretty tough right now, actually. I mean, if we're seeing again on the gold difference, we're seeing the builds as well. We're seeing Leslie with the huge damage, YZ almost with a 3rd build done. Eve, she has the Wishing Lantern, she has the Glowing Wand. I need to say, and if you're looking for the tank builds, like from Gato Kacha Alice, they have so much against the carry, which makes it a bit useless. And if we're looking just for the engages, as I just mentioned, Zero Vision is playing this game so much better. They're making such good choices. They're making such good decisions. They're doing everything they can.
Medea.
And if we're looking for these fights, it's so easy for the side of Zero Vision to take out these kills, to going in without any problems.
Oh, for sure. Especially with this humongous goal lead. 5v4. You have Lord, so you could say 6v4. Lord marching in. Holy Shield gone. What's up, Beijing? Trying to make some space and maybe going for the decapitating strike. Not really. Yuzong trying to make some space for his own team. There is Matilda flying around. Some knockups. Pepe, she will pay with her life. Yuzong too. And Lord is still alive. Ares, the rest of the squad is still there fighting on. They will get the tower on the bottom. I thought they would be it would be possible to go for the end, but they are not deciding for that yet. Minions are coming in. AOG Goddess is the target. Base Crystal is next. And Base Crystal will explode right as it did in the last game. absolutely gorgeous performance by Zero Vision. There is literally nothing they could have done better.
Zero Vision played it so well. If we just talking about it, Zero Vision made actually everything right. As we already mentioned, like multiple times, they playing such better game play. They doing the micro, the macro, and I wasn't agreeing with you actually because I really think they
Yep.
also going for the better macro over here and micro. I think they are winning on both sides. Because sure, the side of Moonstar's not playing their heroes bad and everything, but still the way how Zero Vision is playing it is much better.
All right. Well, this was an explosive first one. I honestly wasn't expecting that. Both of us, we wished for a BO3, a little bit more fruity BO3. Not this diet version, you know? 2 quick games. I get it. I get it. If I was Zero Vision, I would be super happy about what happened. You have it. First game, bam. Second game, bam. You done. Today, good day. You can go rest in bed, eat whatever you want, and relax. Lovely day for Zero Vision. But for us fans, come on. We won the full series, so I'm really hoping that's what we will get with Footy Sports and Sphinxes, because that's the upcoming matchup that we will be having eventually. Synchro, we yapped on and on about monsters and Zero Vision, how it went wrong, how it went bad, where were Zero Vision strengths, where were monsters' weaknesses. I think everyone knows that already. We repeated ourselves many times. Let's talk Food Esports and Sphinxes. What are we thinking? How well those teams match up to each other? Because you mentioned that you know some of those players personally, that you have some experience with them. So give us the tea, spill it.
Okay, so basically for this side of Food Esports, they are already a known pro team in Turkey. They are playing for the women esports in Turkey, when I recognize it right. They are playing a very good play together. I played with the Roma, I played with the mid laner, and I also played with the jungler a few games. Mostly with the Roma and the mid laner, and both of them, they know their roles so well. And I completely need to say, if they playing their roles so well, I already think that the XP lane, the gold lane, and also the jungler playing their roles as well as they do. Because otherwise, they won't be a team. They wouldn't be like that high up in the Turkey scene, you know. So I really need to go that I'm definitely on the side of Food Esports this game. I don't know Sphinx. I don't know what they can put against Food Esports, but I want to see it. I want to see how they manage to play against them, what they are able to do, especially against an already known pro team, and that's something we go hopefully going to see in this game.
Well, Synchro, we have the ladies stacked right here. It's Miyako, Raptor Palace, Nora, Unohana, and Zendaya. Let's go. That's the lineup for Footy Sports. And that's the team that Synchro believes should be taking the cake home from this clash. But their rivals will be Sphinxes. It's Lele, Rish, Miomo, Wix, Yundin, and Nan. So the question is, how well can they match up against them? Because they have one power. They have one more member for their roster. So there could be some swaps happening, maybe some player that you don't really expect. He can be swapped in. I mean, she can be swapped in into the next game, or maybe she starts in the first game and then she gets swapped back. You don't really know. It's a mystery box, hard to predict. So there is definitely the power of the surprise on the side of Sphinxes. And as you mentioned, if foot esports are what they are, and they are very well known, well, that also kind of course, depends how in advance Sphinxes knew about this upcoming matchup. But if they had time to prepare, they could definitely look up a lot of matches, because that's one of the strengths, and you could say weaknesses. If you are a very well-known team, you play a lot of tournaments, there's a lot of material on you. So if Sphinxes did their work properly, their homework, they could be very, very ready. Of course, I know Synchro, I already tried to get something from you for the first. I know you will not leak anything for the second. I'm not even gonna try, but let's give us something non-specific. Give us something, like some crazy off meta that like probably they don't even pick, but like get us hungry for the BO3. What can you
Okay.
say about food esports?
Okay, you want to know something non-meta, which I experienced a few times already from her.
All
I'm
right,
talking
go
about
for it.
the Roma of food esports. Like, I basically one of the Romas I probably expected like the most times when I was playing with her is a Khalid pick. So maybe, just maybe, we will see a Khalid pick. But
All right.
maybe, because we are looking here for an esports. We're looking here for the female pro league, and Khalid is in many situations not the best Roma. I mean, he can be a very strong Roma, and he probably is, but not in every situation. So we're looking here for a tournament. So in a tournament, they want to put everything out they can, the best draft, the best place. So I don't know if we want to go to see it actually.
Also, undoubtedly, the problem with Khalid is that he is kind of in a midpoint where he deals damage, but not that much damage. So Hilda does it better. If you need roamer who does damage, you get Hilda. He has a CC, but he doesn't have just CC. So Grok kinda does it better. But let's talk MVPs because they deserve to be awarded. Went to Ares 6-0-12. Wonderful performance on that Shin. It was flawless as we already said. KP 95%. Ares, she was flying there. She was cooking. She was cooking everyone she saw. Beautiful performance.
For sure, I'm completely agreeing with you. A very huge performance. But still,
But
who do you think? Do you think Sphinx? I mean, you don't know them. I don't know them. Do you think they have a chance? Like, what do you think can we expect from this team?
it's a mystery box for me, so you never know. You never know. It might be something crazy, something insane. It might be something alright. So guess we'll just have to wait and see. Because sphinxes, they are mystery to me, as they are to you. So the only information we have is for the left side. That's the most we have. So I think we will probably know much more when we move into the draft, because the draft is already gonna tell us a little bit more. But at the same time, for Monstars, they were able to pull off, I think second game wasn't really that good draft-wise from Monstars, but first game, it was very, very decent draft, very playable. But then they were not able to deliver with the draft. They were not able to secure the win conditions for the draft, to play to their strengths. So at one side, we can see something from the draft, but second part, we will see more from the game. So still, really hard to guess. But draft will give us some breadcrumbs, some little hints.
But do you think we will see today one full best of three instead of just two games? Because that's something I'm really curious about. If Sphinx is able, or like full esports, because as we already mentioned, we don't know how good Sphinx is. Maybe they are much much better. I just can talk about full esports because I know them, but I don't know Sphinx. But maybe they are also much better. So do you think we will see a best of three in this series?
Well, I would like to see a best of three, because best of three already implies that it's kind of going back and forth. You see strengths and weaknesses of both teams. Great for analysis, so you will love your job. And great for me too, because a lot of fights will be happening, a lot of shoutcasting there. So that's what we like to see. It always excites you a little bit more, actually much more, to be absolutely truthful, when it's going back and forth. When you are rooting for the underdog, then he becomes the big player. He turns it around. She turns it around. She makes a crazy play, picks her team up from almost the jaws of defeat, turns it around. That's what you love to see. That's what we are here for. Every day when it's just 2-0, and all right, 2-0 actually doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be one-sided, because I saw many 2-0s which had like interesting first game, one team was stronger, yes, but second game the team that has been defeated in the first one, they came back super strong, and they were able to almost clutch out the win. But then at the end some blunder happened, one play went wrong, and suddenly it was 2-0, and the history, it just sees 2-0. It doesn't see the context, it doesn't see the little details. So don't get me wrong, 2-0s still can be really, really spicy, but the 2-1s full BO freeze, you have security that they are banger. One team won, second team won, then they had to duke it out in the last. We are in the draft, so we will start unraveling what is the idea for Sphinx's team comp, what is the idea for Foot Esports, and also how well prepared Sphinxes are. Sphinx Pro, let's play a game.
Okay.
Call a
we're
hero
playing
that
a
will be
game.
banned. Call a hero that will be banned.
Okay. I say I call 2 heroes. I'm going for Freya and I'm going for Zuxin.
All right. You are going crazy. Well, then I have to match you with that. All right. I am. Juxin is there.
First point for me, my friend.
All right. 50%. 50%. Yet. You have to wait. So. But I'm going to call Grok. And I'm going to call Yiv, because you have to ban Yiv if Juxin is gone. I made it kind of easy for me, right? Since I
Nah,
answered late.
actually, you. Second point, my friend. Actually, Eve is not like that much of a problem if Zuxin is banned. The problem is banning Eve and leaving Zuxin open. That's like much bigger a problem than leaving Eve open if you're already banned Zuxin. Okay, but I'm going for the Sora ban as well.
Oh, lock in the triple.
I'm going for
Let's see.
Sora and Yuzong. Sora and Yuzong.
All right. Let's see about that. So let's see if, in case you were betting for this. Oh, it's scary. Your chances. Well, you made it hard for yourself. You called all 4 heroes. So one of us has to lose.
Yeah, but I'm
Either I
already
will
2
be
points
able.
ahead.
I would say 100%. I would say percentage is important. All right. So you have 50% of what you called. I have 0, but it
Yeah,
might
see?
change. It might change. Let's see.
I mean,
Xborg being banned. Yeah, go on.
we still have 6 bans open, so there's everything possible that will come. But
True.
right now, if Sora leaves open right now, one team will have a huge problem if Valentina isn't banned. Like, so I really hope for the Sora run right now to get my next point. But you got a point. You got your first point.
Whoa. I've got a point for me. So at least I'm having that one. Hilda being banned. All right. This tells me that Foot Esports wants to play Yisun Shin. I think I have a strong feeling they are going for Yisun Shin, because Yisun Shin, he falls prey to Hilda quite a lot.
Okay, next game. We're also going to guess the picks, and I'm going to be either Sora or Valentina pick.
All right. You are calling it now. Sora and Valentina, all right?
Yes.
That's what you called? Oh, okay. Honestly, I think, okay, well, that's a
I didn't
blunder in our
expect
plans.
this.
It's Uranus. Uranus first pick? Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. Carry, banned, you go for it. Xborg banned 2. So 2 tank traders, and if you count Jokshin because she has Vision Lantern, actually 3 tank traders being banned, go for Uranus. Makes sense, but... Ooh, Hanabi being picked up into Uranus? You don't see any CC on the opposing team? I think this is premature.
I need to say I didn't expect it Uranus, Hanabi, or Fulvis right now in the first 3 picks.
Yeah, I think Uranus makes a little bit more sense than Feveus and Hanabi. Feveus and Hanabi has to be the comfortable picks for Sphinxes. That's the only reasoning behind it. Because I don't see any other way from the knowledge of the meta that we have, what is being played, that you, all right, well, food esports are playing into it. They went for Joy, and Joy, she's hard to hit by Fabos, but she is going to make his passive be online at all times. It's going to be open 24/7.
Yeah, I think, but I don't know. Maybe I really like Joy for sure. Joy is a very strong roam and all jungle, my bad, and also like a very
Joy
good roam
roam.
they have with Kalia. Hey, Joy roam shouldn't be like. I mean, you probably are able to play Joy on roam, right? I mean, there's probably some people who tried it, right?
So Synchro, that's how you got 180 stars. The 280 stars is Joy roam. That's the secret.
Bro, that's how I went to 800 stars last season because I only pushed Joy on the roam. Yeah, you know, there was like a hidden secret. Now, okay, stop kidding. Let's go back into the draft. We're seeing Faza. Wait. We're seeing Faza. I think I called it, right?
I don't think you did.
I think I called it with the Lapu Lapu.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I'm 100% sure.
All right. Well, I
But
called
you got the
Eve, so
second point.
I am at 100% precision of my calls. You are not there yet. You are not there yet, Synchro. So
Yeah,
I'm at 100%.
But we still. I like Kalea. I really like Kalea, but it depends on which mid laner they're going to pick with it. I mean, they can go for the Lunox, they can go for the Kimi. Both are pretty good mid laners in case to play
I think
Kalea.
Kimi is kind of bad with Kalia. I wouldn't
No,
go
no,
for
no,
it.
no, 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 no. I'll show you. I'll show you.
I will be surprised if that's the case.
I would have expected everything except the Mia ban right now. Not gonna lie.
Also, if you go Kimi mid lane, you have so much magic damage for your team. I know you don't really play physical damage on mid lane. Yes, I get it, but you already have so much magical damage, like so much. If enemies get Athenas, get Radiant Armor, get Tough Boost, ooh, you will have a hard time to deal damage. Florin? Alright. That Favos will be raid boss. Or Esmeralda, depends.
I mean, Florin is probably, especially with the Fulvius and the Esmeralda, a pretty good pick. Because they are already tanky enough, and right now, Food Esports doesn't have like the burst damage to burst down these heroes. So, especially. Okay. Rowan, please, can you explain me the Kimi pick right now? Which I, by the way, just mentioned.
I know you did, but still, that doesn't change the fact that I don't really like it. Because Kimi, she's not the most bursty hero. So I get the idea that you can traction pool, then you tsunami slam. I get that. But as mid laners go, I'm not really a fan of Kimi with Kalia. I don't think. Maybe you have some information I don't have, but I don't really like the synergy. I feel like there is like the heroes by themselves, they are strong. Don't get me wrong, Kalia, very good. Their laning phase, especially, but synergy in the team fights, I don't really see that. Those two heroes working together, not really there for me.
The thing with Kimi is, especially as soon as she got a bit of items, Sky PSR, whatever, as soon as she got a bit of items, she deals very good damage, especially in the late game. And it depends on how you're going to build her. She will deal a lot of damage. With the Kalia ultimate, Kimi stun, Kimi ultimate, you are pretty sure, for sure. I can promise you are able to burst down these enemies pretty quick. So that's why I already said Kimi is a good combo with it, because I see many very good teams playing it together, playing this combo. So I really think this will be good. But maybe you're also right, and this won't work out in this game. But we
Well,
will
we
see.
will see. Absolutely. Right now, we have the BO3 number 2 of today, Food Esports against Sphinxes, and already Food Esports are invading the jungle. Did they get the orange? They didn't. Nora going in. Nan will be the target, but Nora is left alone to her own devices. She's getting kind of shredded. Nora, need to retreat. Hana is there. She's going in. Hana, she's getting bursted as well. Did they get the camp? I'm not sure. Did they?
Yes, they did. Esmeralda is still level 2, while Joy is still level. While Joy is level 3 already.
That's great for them.
It's actually pretty good, but what I see like the problem, especially in the early game for the side of Food Esports, is that with the Florin, the Fulvies, and the Esmeralda, they are not killable in the early game. So I see it pretty hard because, as you fully mentioned, Kimmy doesn't deal that high damage, especially in the early game. Same for the Granger and same for the Joy. So I think in the team fights it will be like a little bit of a problem for the side of Food Esports, but in the late game, I think that Sphinx is definitely missing some damage because
Right now, Irish is being targeted, and there is the electrifying beats. Do you want to dance to this music? Doesn't look like it. Irish, she's been kinda tired. She didn't want to dance. But she was danced with nonetheless. Hana with a crazy play from the behind. She got Miyomo. Florin,
there
another kill in the pocket of Fute Esports.
we definitely need to say that was from Unohana. It was a very great map awareness at this case. She easily take her out. She know where she would be. Very good.
Undine, she will try to make do, but Vengeance has been popped already. Those bongs, they are keeping her alive. The passive. Undine, she lived? No way.
You know what I'm seeing in this game already? It's already a 2k gold lead after 3 minutes. And that shows us already how it will be a hard game for the side of Sphinx. If they're not coming back within the next few minutes, they will have a huge problem into this game because Joy is still. I mean, Joy is dealing such great damage. She has the mobility, she has everything.
Fevius being targeted, he will try to do some bongs, but this Fevius, he doesn't have the Vorax yet, so his healing is not really that high. Vengeance has been on cooldown. He had nothing to do. Zendaya getting targeted. Nah, she flies away.
But look for this Uranus. They deal 0 damage to him right now. And if you look for the gold, Granger already has a good gold. He's almost finished with his first item, is starting to build the Sky Piercer. As soon as he got the Sky Piercer, he will have such great use, especially if he's able to stack it. So it will be actually a dangerous game.
Udine hopping on their faces, but there is the electrifying beats in the backline. Nan, she gets picked off. Udine too. 3 members down, dead on the floor, and it's just Irish. Everything going bad for Sphinx's 4,000 gold difference. 1,000 per 1 minute. The game's looking rough.
Yeah, it's already 6k, 5k, my bad. It's already 5k gold lead. They're getting the second turtle now. They already got such high gold lead, and that's actually pretty crazy after 5 minutes. It's just 5 minutes into this game, and they got such gold lead. Hanabi will fall in right now, and Granger started to stack his Sky Pierce already. So as soon as he gets his stacks, he just needs to push into his ultimate and getting all these kills.
Fabulous, he will try to make do, but Florin, she's been dealt with. This is not Angela, she cannot hide in her teammates. Yundin picked off, killing spree, Irish too, and it's just Nan. Can she live? She doesn't have the magical shoes. She has, so she might. She will try. No, they knew. Double kill, immobilized. Where are you going? You have 4 shoes, but you cannot move.
The way you said it was a bit funny. But just look on the gold of the Granger. He is already 2 items finished. He should have right now be on 3 stacks on the Sky Piercer, which is pretty good. I mean, we're looking for the Hanabi with 2.7k gold lead. She just finished her first item, while Granger already with 2 items ahead. He get the gold, he's able to push. And if we're looking for just for the gameplay right now, Full Esports had such faster rotation. They're going in for the invades like very easily. They're not losing anything right now. And that's why we already got a gold lead of 8k into this game, which is pretty far, as this time of the game.
Tsunami slam on Undine. She's been picked off immediately. There's not enough tankiness. Irish the next on the menu. Irish mega kill for Granger. Good job. She's been dealt with, and another kill goes through by the Wicks. She's been destroyed by this gigantic blaster that Mieko has in her hands. This Granger is popping everyone. 5-0-1. This is a Granger masterclass.
I'm very happy because right now I'm seeing I didn't promise too much for the side of Food Esports. I promised exactly what we're seeing right now. They are a team that played for a long time, and that's what we're seeing here. They knowing when to engage, they know how able they are to engage, they know especially how to rotate and everything. And that's something we're
Wicks
seeing in
went
this game.
too deep. Undine will pick off at least Chaldea, but this damage coming from Mieko. Deep Sea Halberd on top of that. She doesn't have a gun. She has a rocket launcher.
Not gonna lie, this could be the fastest game into the series right now.
No, absolutely. This is going so dire for Sphinx. They don't have Holy Shield on mid lane. They don't have Holy Shield on top lane. Nothing's working out for them. No hero in their roster had a good game. Everyone is falling behind.
I really like how Food Esports is playing as a team, but still a huge respect for the side of Sphinx that they are competing against them and trying their best to get this. And I mean, they got some
Irish
kills.
will try to make do. She goes for that backline, but it was too deep. Legendary Granger getting more double. Can he get a triple? It is a triple. Can the Granger get more? He will try to do so. Maniac! But it's a shutdown.
I think that was a bit too greedy dying for the Maniac, but they will get the shield off the bot side. Maybe can push a bit on the mid lane right now, because we're seeing right now already 8k gold lead. I mean, it didn't went much higher, like as we looked up on like 3 minutes ago. But if you're looking for the Granger gold, I just explain me please what he is able to do with this kind of gold.
I mean, he can do anything he wants. He is so rich that there's really not much stuff he cannot buy. He has the Ferrari, he has the Porsche, he has the Lambo, he has the villa for all his friends to chill at, pool, big garden, barbecue every summer. He has it all. This Granger, he is good.
I wish yo, this shutdown. You just see this damage. There is no possibility for Sphinx in this game to come back into this. I'm 100% sure they're not even able to defend this for much longer. It doesn't matter how good they are in defending, they are not able to defend this kind of gold lead by the Granger.
But they will try to make do. The fighting spirit is still there. Irish one pick off. Can they get more? Hana, she's the next on chopping block, but there is electrifying beast, not even popped. Kujo, she will destroy. Double kill for Kimi. Because you need to respect, they don't have just one marksman, they have two.
Yeah, I really respect it. I mean, that's what I just mentioned. Kimi and Kalea can be a very strong combo. We're seeing it right now, because every time the Kalea is going in with her ultimate, Kimi is on point. She's using her stun to provide a much longer stun on the enemies and provide the enemy wipe out for this.
Well, but Sphinxes, they are still holding onto their base. Irish half HP. Oh my god, this damage! Someone bring them something to hide behind, because they cannot hide anywhere. They have to hide in their own base. If they are standing at their base crystal, they are getting popped.
I really wish I would be as rich as this Granger is right now once in my life.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe if you ask nicely, Mieko will let you drive her Porsche.
Yeah, I hope so. I always wanted to drive a Porsche. Maybe Miko is so kind and let me drive it.
Right now, Kujo is driving into the backline, but don't go too deep, because you could be looking at an end right now. There's the Tsunamis and Irish, and now you are picking them apart. Undine, she will not survive for long, and Base Crystal will be dealt with quickly, maybe eventually. Still, it's holding on too strong, but Sphinx, they are falling apart. Triple kill, can she get more? Yes? No. Just Uranus He got the unstoppable.
I need to say I didn't expect it less, more or less from them. That's exactly what I expected from this team. I mean, Zendaya, Unohana, Nora, Miko, they all played it so well. They all played it so well. And for sure, Kudros, they all played it so well as a 5Q. Here we see the game knowledge, the time they're playing together, how much they train together, how much they already play together, the game sense, and everything that they have. And that's something we're seeing here. It's not like Sphinx had a chance to get into this game. They wasn't even able to get into this game because from the first minute on, Food Esports went into their jungle, went to going to annoy them and easily take them out. And that's something I really respect from the side of Food Esports, how good they played this game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Turkey looks like a powerhouse. First, it was Aurora Turkey on the M7. They look super, super good. Now it's Food Esports. Man, I have to say, if I was a Turkish fan of MLBB, I would be feeling so good.
I
Miyako with that, Synchro?
I'm already a huge fan of this team, yeah. And I need to say I'm very happy that I'm playing on Europe server instead of the Turkey server because I would be scared to go and match against them.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. This performance was very, very deadly, even though we started with zero vision with a very, very strong domination as well. Zero Vision didn't play this good. Food Esports, oof, they were here ready to rumble. And do I catch that right? We have 2-0 already?
I don't know if it's a mistake or if Sphinx says they don't want to play the next game, but it seems like a 2-0 right now.
Oh, it looks like it, yeah. Let's
Is
yeah, let's
is Sphinx
wait.
giving up?
Let's wait if we get confirmation from the production team, just so we are sure. But it looks like it that there might be a forfeit. Not sure.
Oh man, but this was an intense game. I mean, it wasn't intense on like both teams playing so good against each other. It was an intense game on how good the side of Food Esports played it as a team, on how fast they were able to manage to get into this game, to completely dominating this game. I mean, after like just 2 minutes, we already saw a gold lead of 2K. After 5 minutes, it was already on 6K. And after 7 minutes, it was on over 8K. And that's something we really saw in this game. And that's very impressive, actually, because it's not that easy to take such gold lead, especially not if you're playing in a tournament. But in this tournament, against these enemies, it really felt like they are playing on the place one and the side of Sphinx is playing on like the lowest rank in this tournament.
Sphinxes were unfortunately at the shorter end of the stick, and Food Esports, they truly, truly dominated. Especially after early game, a lot of teams struggle to attain more gold and keep expanding the advantage and then close it out. But Food Esports, they had none of these problems. They were able to accelerate early game, then speed it up even more in mid game and close it out. We didn't even hit late game. Oh, all right. Granger, he hit late game in like the 7th minute. But everyone else were like in mid game, even when the game ended. So I don't really know how to call it.
Okay, maybe Sphinx isn't giving up because right now it's just 1-0 instead of 2-0 as we just saw right now. So I really hope we're going to see another game. But as you already mentioned completely right, I think many people, if they're losing like the first minutes in the game, they starting to panic. And then they're not playing like focus. They're not playing like with a clear mind. They start to play like with some, I don't know, like unconcentrated, you know? And that's something because I feel like Sphinx wasn't able to rotate that fast and get into the rotation as Food Esports had. Because Food Esports, I really want to see them again playing against like the team as we just saw before. Because I feel like they could be a team on the same level, but otherwise, it also feels like Food Esports is playing on such a high level that even they wouldn't be a huge enemy for them. Like if we're watching for Zero Vision, they played very good. They also dominated their enemies. But if we're looking for Food Esports right now, I wouldn't even saying anymore it's a domination of the game. I actually would say it was like if you put the mouse against an elephant, you know?
Well, Sphinxes will be still trying to come back into this series. So we are sorry for some misinformation. Hope it didn't. We are hoping that it didn't spread like wildfire because Lele, Rish, Miyomo, Wix, Yundin, and Nan they are still fighting, and that deserves absolute respect from us because Foot Esports they really stepped up the pace. They really were the clear dominant force in the first game. So it takes a lot of courage to keep on fighting even after a very strong opponent like that, and you have to respect Sphinxes for that. And
I'm
I'm really excited how can they navigate the second draft because I had some problems with the first draft, and I'm not talking now Kimi Kalia. I was clearly proven wrong because it truly looked like the synergy is there, looked like a wonderful combination. Sphinx is now on the first pick side. Joy being banned, alrighty. Hanabi, so they are target banning. Target bans being played. But what I wanted to say is that yes, you said that Sphinx they didn't really rotate as fast, but with Florin, you cannot really rotate as fast because
yeah,
she
but that's
isn't really giving you the pressure as nor as an Millie Roamer will give, and she neither has a big push potential. So
That's for sure. I completely agree with you, but the problem is then it's a problem of your draft because if the enemy's auto rotating you,
yes,
rotating much faster, are able to tower dive you much faster, going in taking the kills, going in taking the turrets much faster, then it's a huge gap into the draft. Because if you're not able to go to out rotate or like challenging the enemy team with the auto rotation, then it's a huge problem. Because as soon as your enemy team wins the rotation, because they're rotating much faster, you already have a huge problem, even if you have a better draft. If the enemy is out rotating you, you have a very huge problem, and that's what we saw in here.
absolutely, absolutely. The practice and experience is being visible by every move Foot Esports are taking. It's being visible in any move they are doing on the map, any play they are attempting to do in all of those. Diggy being banned, that's a huge target ban. All right. I think that's a first Diggy ban for me as a caster to see it live in a competition. That has to
I
be a first Diggy ban. Is it your first too, Synchro?
I need to say in this female pro league, I had very many bans seeing in the tournament for the first time, and very many picks seeing for the first time, like a Mia and the Nana, like the Digi ban as you just mentioned right now. These are picks and bans I'm seeing for the first time, especially in the tournament, because for me these are not heroes you can play like that well on a high level. But if we're looking just for the ban phase right now, they left every good hero open right now. If we're just looking, they have Grok open, they have Zuxin open, they have Sora open, they have so many heroes open. And Sphinx is going for the Matilda first pick. Food Esports answer is the Zuxin, and I really hope we're going to see now what big of a problem a Zuxin can be. So Sphinx won't make the mistake again to leave a Zuxin open because that's like a huge threat. If they are not picking the Eve right now, I really see black for the side of Sphinx.
Trizla could be good, but not that good into Juxin. I'm not really a fan of him being picked up here. Also, I believe that from his penalty zone, Fanny can just jump out. Juxin can jump out either with a flicker or with her ultimate. So I don't really see big value for Terizla. But Yundin, I'm really open to her proving me wrong. Whatever will happen, will happen. Matilda being picked up, it didn't really work out in the last series. Let's see if it will work out for Sphinxes, right?
I don't know what to say about this draft right now, because there's actually not look for me. I mean, maybe these teams are playing with this draft or these bands, but these are not looking for me like the usual drafts or bands you usually do in tournaments. If we're looking for like really, especially if we're looking for the European scene, if we're looking for the best teams in the European scene, there would never be a band like a Diggy, like a Hanabi, like a Florin, or pick like a Terizla. Maybe like if it depends on the draft like that much to pick a Terizla. But that's something that's really surprising me on how the difference between the man plays or like the European season is and outer or European or like the woman scene is. Because these are like, I mean, when I'm hearing about girls in Mobile Legends, like what most people say, okay, mid laners or support players. But right now, that's something we're seeing. We're seeing target bans like a Florin, and that's something we see in many games. But what for me is like very impressive, even though people saying yeah, girls are like support players, mid players, we're seeing here performances from gold laners, from junglers that are so great, which I would say we could also see in the pro tournaments in the Europe for Search and everything. So I completely can't agree with some sentences like, okay, girls only play mid lane, girls only play roams, because we're seeing here the performance, which is so impressive actually to see. Because I could never do something like this.
Well, we have Fanny, and Fanny is always a hot topic every time she's picked up. Doesn't matter if it's M7, doesn't matter if it's Frozen Diva, doesn't matter if it's anything else. Whenever they pick Fanny, you know you will have a lot of fun. Even you know it will be very action packed, and there will be stuff happening on your screen. So that's something to consider for sure. And right now, Sphinxes, they don't really have any response against that Fanny. They need to really beef up their team comp with something that can deal with Fanny. They are lacking jungler, they are lacking mid lane. They need to fix that issue through those picks. I'm not really sure which mid laner would be nice to deal with Fanny. Maybe Faramis, in a sense that he could protect you from the burst, but I don't know. Actually, Faramis? I don't know about the matchup in mid lane. You could maybe tell me more about Faramis. I would really like Faramis.
I think Faramis, it is like a 50-50. It's like a coin flip. If you're playing Faramis on a good way, he is actually able to almost one shot every squishy hero in the late game. He has such a high damage output in the late game. But still, he's like very easily to outplay and he dies very quickly himself. But we're seeing the Lilia pick again and the
Yeah.
Martis in the jungle. But I don't know on how much it will make a difference between the last game and this game. Because in the last game, it wasn't just a draft diff, because it also was like a very huge out rotation diff. It was in play diff, it was micro and macro diff. And we're seeing here also right now the Sora on the XP lane, which is also a very common pick. I mean, it's right now one of the strongest picks. You could have picked the Valentina in the mid lane to out counter it, but they decided to go for the Lilia, which is completely fine. I mean, everyone should play what he's comfortable with. But if we're just looking for the draft right now, I'm definitely going for Food Esports again.
Yeah, I think win conditions for Sphinxes would be Martis going ballistic, getting some crazy resets, Kerry hitting turbo late game and destroying everyone, or Terizla being very successful in 1v1s against Sora. Because Sora, before level 4, should be cakewalk for Terizla. So if they can utilize those win conditions, could be interesting. If they cannot, Fanny will be an absolute menace. Hilda will be constantly going into the jungle. Martis has no protection from that. He has Lilia mid lane. He has Matilda and Rome. Those are not heroes that can really support you. And on the other side, Juxin mid lane, Hilda in the Rome position. Sphinxes against Foot Esports might possibly be a last game of today, but Sphinxes, they will be fighting to the bitter end and they might get a turnaround. We will see to that in the Land of Dawn just now. Synchro, you mentioned the draft. And we already see some trades in the top side. Oh, pull in. Nora going for the burst. Revitalize has been popped and sprint 2. Nan and Miumo already burning through their spells. Miyako, by the way, with a Vengeance pop. And Wix, she popped her ages. Nora, this is kind of deep, Nora. Are you really sure there's Fanny? She's gliding around. We are not seeing that. Cujo. Be careful. No, Irish. She will get picked off. It's Miyomo 2 playing to the limits. This is the worst part against matching very experienced players. They know the limits of their heroes very well. It's engraved in their brains.
I need to say, I think it's a very huge draft gap in this game. Because if we're looking just for the mid matchup, we see Hilda and Zuxin against Lilia and Matilda. There is nothing actually that the mid lane, the mid roam duo of Sphinx can do against the mid roam duo of Foot Esports.
I agree.
And the same thing with the Terizla pick. I think maybe he can do some good engages, but the problem is Sora can get easily out, Fanny can get easily out, Claude can get easily out, Zuxin can get easily out.
Yeah.
So they have so many dashes, so Terizla will get a bit useless, you know?
Yeah, he was definitely being picked up very early on. Usually you want to wait to see the idea of the enemy comp and see one, usually two, the best would be three heroes that don't really have dashes, that are not really mobile, that need to burn their flickers. So the penalty zone is even deadlier. Against heroes that all have dashes, that's not the best matchup for Terizla, and you made it yourself. And there is Hana, she's going in. There is the Thunder form, a lot of damage, and it goes on their faces. Wix, as well as Miyomo, Irish. She doesn't even have level 4. Nora, there's Fanny level 5. She has the new skin. It's the new skin, right? Looks good. Looks good. Oh, there's Freights. Yundin with the Vengeance pop, but Cujo, she will just stall, get some energy back. Cujo, maybe she'll get caught. She got knocked out. Now she has cables. Still keeping her alive. Nora will clean it up. I am starting to feel this is no more a match. This is a live feed from a slaughterhouse.
It's already again 4k gold lead after 3 minutes. I really don't want to be overconfident, but I really doesn't see the way for Sphinx to come back into this game and able to even be an enemy for the side of Food Esports. Because I just said like 20 seconds ago it's like 4k gold lead, which is already now a 5k gold lead, by the way. So they are getting his farms so fast, they're taking everything they can, they're going in for the engage, they're going in for the turrets, trying to push. And they're doing it so good because they're wasting so much time for the side of Sphinx, while Sphinx can't do anything.
You are absolutely right. They cannot do anything. Nora in the bush, and this is Hilda. She will smack you around, and then she's kept alive by the ultimate. But there is Zendaya, full team of 40 Esports. They will try make do. Yundin, Vengeance pop too soon. Yundin, you should have kept it. And there is Hana. She will smack them. First stun, no. She gets picked up by the tower. Vengeance popped on Miyako. And they will retreat now. Zendaya using ultimate defensively. At least you get 1 kill for 2, roamer and a jungler. But honestly, I think Irish, she should not join fights and just form up. Because Mortis, he is very item reliant. That's not a hero that can play just with levels.
I need to say, again, Food Esports is playing on a complete other level. And if we're looking for both teams, it's not even a decision of who is winning this game. It's actually a decision on how long is Sphinx able to stay alive against this team.
Oh, maybe reset. Yes, Irish. She got it. Can she get more? It's possible. No, Zendaya. She will pull her back. And Irish has no more ultimate available. The Sky Piercer wasn't there completed, I believe. That's unlucky. You are so far behind. If Mortis was in this position, in this team fight, with a decent gold, I'm not saying ahead, but at least even-ish, this could have been crazy. Maybe even getting Maniac. But that's not the story of the game. The story of the game is that Food Esports have more gold lead than there are minutes on the timer in this game. As you rightfully mentioned, Synchro, the draft made it super hard for Sphinxes. Not only their side of the draft, but also the side of Food Esports. Food Esports, they draft so gorgeously, whereas Sphinxes, They are kind of going for what they can play, and I get that part, but the team comp as a whole, it's not really making much sense. Irish with a reset, maybe that will make some sense, but Irish don't jump in. Irish don't do it. No, she gets pulled. It's godlike for Zendaya. Well, back to my point. The picks
Okay,
alone are alright, but they are not respecting their opponents, as you said it. Terizla, what can he do in this game? Matilda, what can she do in this game? Lilia, what can she do in this game? And this question you can basically say and at every pick of Sphinxes, except Curry. I would say Curry is alright, but everything else is mismatched.
this game actually feels like a bit disrespecting against Sphinx, because did you ever saw a Claude with Sky Piercer?
I play on Grandmaster rank. I saw everything.
Okay, but if you're looking for like tournaments or like whatever, did you ever
All
saw a
right.
Claude with Sky Piercer?
If we are talking tournament, I don't believe I saw a Cloud with Scorpius. I agree.
Because that's what we're seeing right now. I don't know if it's like a usual build with Claude, but this could be also something. Okay, I have the gold right now. We are cooking these enemies so hard. Let's try out Claude with Sky Piercer.
Yeah, I honestly let's rip the band-aid off. Food esports are here to have fun. There is not really much Sphinxes can do. We were mentioning the win conditions for them before. Cloud jumping in with the blazing duet, he will get out. But Sphinxes at this point of the game, in this state, Food esports would literally have to jump with their foot in front into their base crystal, and maybe even then Sphinxes couldn't do things. And that's not because they couldn't do it mechanically, but they literally don't have enough money. Everyone from Food esports is like Granger from that last game. Everyone is driving around in Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Mercedes. They're all driving in these rich cars. And Sphinxes, they have a bus. They have a school bus that they are driving in.
Hey, but I don't mind. I really need to say, as I said, I know a few of them, so I wouldn't mind if they are so rich, because then maybe they can buy me some skins or some food or whatever, you know. So
Good for you to have rich friends. I agree, Synchro.
yeah,
Good for you.
yeah, that's very great for me. Maybe they can buy me a car, a house, whatever. But we just seen after 8 minutes they already 13k in the gold league. 13k. Just to rewind it, all of them have like twice of the gold as the enemies have. This isn't
This is
a
a
fair
very
fight
big
they're doing
difference,
here.
and Hana will try to make do as she will finish this game, Irish, with a pick-off. But still, 4 members of Food are alive, and it's just Nan. Nan, I don't think you can turn this around. Sphinxes, they fought to the bitter end. Kudos to them. They tried to come back, but unfortunately, the unstoppable force with a name tag, Food Esports, Mieko, Raptor, Nora, Yuno, Hana, and Zendaya. Those 5 lovely ladies showed us absolutely bloody good MLBB.
I really need to say it's very disrespectful. In my opinion, they could have gave them like 10 minutes time into the game instead of finishing it with from the 1 minute 9. But good for them. I really appreciate it. I hopefully didn't told you too much about them, that they are like this good. But at the same time, for every other team that's watching right now, I think they are a bit afraid right now. Because if we're seeing the performance from them right now, we're seeing a huge difference. If we're looking for Food Esports, they have such a great team synergy already. They're playing it so well together. And even the good teams in this tournament, like, I think every team is good on their way. I mean, we're seeing here the best from the best, and for sure there are some teams better than the others. But if we're really going for the best right now, I think everyone will be a bit scared and try to find a way to be able to beat Food Esports right now, because they have showed us such a performance, and I'm 100% sure they will show us this performance also in the next games. So everyone need to find something how to be able to find their way to win against Food Esports actually.
Zendaya, lovely performance. Jukshin, Skypicer, Clock of Destiny, the classic stuff, yada yada yada. 1204, 62% KP. Not really that much actually, if you ask me. 62% KP. Looking at it isolated, 1204, and then you look 62% KP. That looks kind of crazy. And that just speaks how well coordinated and how well prepared and how well they were training the rest of Food Esports and Zendaya as well, because they came in like a wrecking ball. They destroyed the opposition from what we saw. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of them. And as you mentioned before, yes, teams will definitely respect Food Esports, but honestly, we have the stats right here. 0-2, 0 Vision, 0-2 Food Esports, 0-2 Boars Divine, 0-2 Boars Esports. We are kind of seeing the power ranking already, where I'm not sure, so don't quote me on this, but I think most, if not all, the series we saw here in Frozen Diva were 2 zeros. So this already kind of creates an idea that when we get deeper into the tournament and when we get deeper into the playoffs, for example, semifinals, quarterfinals, and this kind of stuff, it will be super good, because you see that the teams that are right now in the groups, they will be able to match against the top teams from the other groups in the playoffs.
I completely agree with you. Completely. I really looking forward for the next games, what we will see there, especially like the compositions on how it will work between two teams that won 2-0 against their opponents. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really happy to be able to watch today and be able to be a part of these games.
Oh, absolutely. We are glad you joined us today. We hope you enjoyed the show today, even though it was cut a little bit short, but that at least builds up the pressure for the next days. Because as we said with Synchro, it's already scaling up. The tier list is being made in your heads, in our heads. So eventually, when those very dominating teams will clash against each other, then it will be a blast. So definitely stick with us. Subscribe if you are not already. Like the stream so it pops to more people. We are glad you were here with us. It was me, Warren1x, joined with Synchro. We hope you enjoyed today's cast and have a good night.
Bro, I'm so cooked.